Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button below and turn on those notifications so that every time I make a new video, boom, you get a notification. Today's video is inspired by a question that I'm asked all the time, which is, how do I know what kind of job is right for me, right? Because sometimes you graduate college, or you could even be 10 years out of college and looking for a career change, and you know you wanna do something, but you don't know what it is exactly. Like, how do you figure out what job is right for you? I wanted to go over a few pieces of advice, and let's see where this takes us. I think the first thing that you have to do is kind of identify, I'll call them your dream buckets. That's a new one here at Intern Queen, your dream buckets. We had a recent grad from the University of Wisconsin come into our office yesterday, and we had this whole conversation pretty much on this topic. And this was kind of the advice I gave to her. What are your top three? I remember for her, she was really interested in sports and in marketing. So I think the three buckets we wrote down for her were sports, right? So any sports jobs, marketing, any marketing jobs. And then I think we added in there like advertising agencies. So I think the first step is come up with what those three dream buckets are. And you have your task list of these are the kinds of tasks that I want to do. And I think that's going to help you figure out what kind of position that you're looking for. You really like doing social media at your internship? Okay, well maybe you should look into social media work at an ad agency. Great. So again, you're kind of using these dream buckets and that task list to try to refine what is the right thing for you. Then you really have to narrow down the city that you're looking in. I talk to so many people that are like, well, I want to work in any city. I don't know how to help them if they want to work everywhere. Give me two cities, right? Give me your top city and then the second city, okay? I get it, you would work anywhere. That's great to be flexible, but it's hard for people to help when you don't give them specifics. So come up with those cities. It's your job to do the research and find out what those top companies are in all those buckets. So, okay, under sports, top 10 companies, under marketing, top 10 companies, under ad agencies, top 10 companies. So this is what you're gonna do to really, again, kind of refine your job search. That should give you about 30 companies. A couple of other tips on how to figure out if the job is right for you. I think one is like, do you kind of respect and admire the people around you and what they're doing? Because if you don't, if you are interviewing with someone and you leave the interview being like, nah, he wasn't that impressive, that's not great, right? You want to work somewhere where you're really motivated and kind of inspired by the people around you. So I would encourage you to think about that. I would also think about people that you admire in your life. You know, who are the friends or the family friends or the people you follow on Instagram who you're like, ooh, I want to be her, right? Like for me, I look at like Emily, right? The founder of Glacier. And I'm like, ooh, tingles. I want to be like her, right? And so are the people that you're about to jump in a pool with, right, at work, like, are these your kind of people? Are these people that you feel like can motivate and inspire you? And then my final point, you guys, is think about the environment that you want to work in. I run a small business. We have a small team. We're partly virtual. This is very different than what working at a big talent agency looks like, right? My first job, as you guys know, because I've talked about it on the channel, was at a talent agency. Everything was white. I had to like raise my hand to go to the bathroom. Not exactly, but like kind of. So that corporate environment has pros and it has cons, right? And being at a small business where we keep the door open, we play music, it's much more flexible here. This environment also, pros and cons. So think about the kind of environment that you want to work in, and does this company provide that kind of environment for you? So those are my tips in terms of figuring out if a job is right for you, but don't be afraid to take a second and evaluate. You don't have to say yes in the room. You can go home, you can talk to your parents, you can make a list of questions and come back to people. Don't feel any pressure, because once you say yes, you want to be able to follow through on your commitment. Good luck, you guys. Who knows what this job is going to turn into? And if you have any questions about any of the stuff I'm talking about ever, please comment below.